Problem. Example number 2. A circular rod ABCD of different cross section is loaded as shown in figure. Find the displacements at all joints using stiffness matrix method. The value of E, that is common for all the members, E equal to 200 GPa. So different cross sections are mentioned here. So very first bar element, that is AB, its cross section is mentioned 1000 mm square, for second 700 and for third 500. The length for these three members are also mentioned at the bottom of that bar element. For AB 1000, for BC 2000 and for CD 1000 mm. Also the loading condition is shown at B 100 kilonewton in right direction, at C 50 kilonewton in left direction, at D 25 kilonewton in right direction. So as a whole, if you see this figure, you can find that only three displacements are unknown here. Okay, that is UB, UC and UD. While UA, the displacement at fixed support is 0. So very first we'll start the solution. Find displacement at all the joints using the stiffness matrix method. So very first step, that is to assume the displacement, that is to find the degree of freedom. Instead of this statement, you can also write degree of freedom equal to 4, that is at A, B, C, D, or instead of A, B, C, D, you can give the 4 nodes 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I have assumed node numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, and accordingly I have written U1, U2, U3 and U4 are the displacement, that is degree of freedom. Now next step, that is to divide the bar structure into a number of members. Whole structure is divided into these three members. Calculate their AE upon L stiffness in kilonewton per mm. Area for all, it is mentioned there. E is also given 200 GPa. Length of all the members is there written. So for each member, calculate this AE upon L factor. You can do the rough calculation and calculate. So for member 1, 200, member 2, 70 and member 3, 100. It is calculated in kilonewton per mm. Nodes and displacement associated with those bar elements, it is also written. Write down that as for member 1, 1, 2, member 2, 2, 3 and member 3, 3, 4. These are the nodes and their associated displacement. For member 1, U1, U2, member 2, U2, U3, member 3, U3, U4. And boundary condition. So as we have discussed initially in problem statement, that displacement at joint B, C, D, that is 2, 3, 4, they are unknown, while displacement at node A, as it is a fixed support, so it is 0. So in boundary condition, that you have to write according to the support condition U1 equal to 0. Okay. Now step number 2, that is to write element stiffness matrices. So as there are 3 elements, so from that table you can write the values of K1, K2, K3 as K1 equal to 200. You can multiply that 200 into the matrix, writing as 200 minus 200 minus 200 and 200. Okay. Then K2 70 into a matrix, because that is a common factor. AE upon L is a common factor which is taken outside the matrix, and matrix it will contain only 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, those values with positive negative signs. K2 70, 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1, and K3 100, 1 minus 1 minus 1 and 1. Also it is very important to write, don't forget to write these displacement for each element stiffness matrix, for each column and each row. Like for K1, for bar 1, associated displacements are U1, U2. For 2, U3, 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 U2, U3 and 3, U3, U4. Okay. So this way complete this element stiffness matrices. Then the next step is number 3. It is global stiffness matrix, as we have discussed in example number 1. Element stiffness matrices we have written, and after that we have assembled the global stiffness matrix. Okay. So instead of writing the global stiffness matrix, you can skip that step to the next step, writing reduced stiffness matrix by imposing the boundary condition itself in second step. Okay. You don't have to write the global stiffness matrix again. If you are having the practice to apply those boundary condition, impose the boundary condition itself here in K1, K2, K3, you can directly write the reduced stiffness matrix, because that the thing we want in equilibrium equation, K delta equal to F, where K is reduced stiffness matrix. So here imposing the boundary condition, so boundary condition is what? U1 is 0. So in K1, K2, K3, see the elements or the row and column related to the displacement U1 and eliminate that row and column. So here U1, this one is eliminated. Okay, so your reduced stiffness matrix, for that write K equal to this way. So very first element, here I have written it directly. So very first element in first column, first row. Now the displacement, first you need to draw the blank matrix, then write down, as the unknowns are 3, so order of this reduced stiffness matrix will be 3 by 3. Unknowns here are U2, U3, U4. So for each column and for each row you mention there at the top and to the side of matrix U2, U3, U4, and now you go on calculating the elements of that matrix, because initially we have drawn it as a blank. So very first element, that is the combination U2, U2. Okay, so this combination U2, U2 combination, it is here in the second step in K1 and K2. Here this orange line. So this 200 into 1 U2, U2 combination in K1, plus in K2 also it appears this U2, U2 combination 70 into 1. So 200 plus 70, that is written here as first element of this reduced stiffness matrix. 200 plus 70, total 270 element. Similarly, go on calculating the next element, that is this element in U3 column, U2 row. So that is shown here with this black line, which appears only in K2, U3, U2, or you say U2, U3, both are same. So 70 into minus 1, 70 into minus 1. So that is written here, U3, U2 minus 70. Similarly, U2, U3 element is also same, minus 70. Now the next element, that is related to U3, U3. Okay, before that, this element in a first column, third row, that is combination U2, U4, or you say U4, U2. Both elements are 0, 0, because that combination doesn't exist in K1, K2 and K3 in step number 2. Therefore, it is written 0. Now this middle one, where it is written 100 plus 70. So how it comes? That is related to the combination U3, U3. So find that combination from step number 2, U3, U3. So here it appears in K2 and K3. So for that you need to see such a combination where it exists. So you need to see K1 element also, K2 also and K3 also. And then if more than one element present, then do the algebraic sum of that and write down in reduced stiffness matrix. So here this K2, in K2 it appears U3, U3 as plus 70 and K3 this 100 into 1, U3, U3. So therefore it is written as 100 plus 70. Now next element, that is this U3, U4 or U3, U4, U3. So here with a yellow line, it appears in K3 element. So 100 into minus 1 and also 100 into minus 1. U4, U3 or you say U3, U4, both are same. So that is written in reduced stiffness matrix step number 3 as here minus 100, minus 100. And very last element, that is this 100, U4, U4. U4, U4 combination, that is shown here with green line. It appears only in K3 element U4, U4, that is 100. Okay, so that global stiffness matrix completed. Now to write, it's not a global, it's reduced stiffness matrix. So once you get that, apply the equation to determine the unknown joint displacement K delta equal to F. So that reduced stiffness matrix, it is written here K into delta, that is unknown, those displacement that we have written for each column and each row in step number 4 reduced stiffness matrix. So those are unknown joint displacement. It is written in delta vector u2, u3, u4 equal to f. F is nodal load vector. So for that, see the problem figure. So in problem figure it is mentioned there, at node number 2 100 kilonewton force is given in right direction. At node number 3 50 kilonewton force is there in left direction, and at node number 4, that is joint D, 25 kilonewton is there in right direction. So accordingly this F vector is written. At second node 100, at third node -50, and at fourth node 25 in right direction. Solve this simultaneous equation or matrix and get the values. U2 equal to 0.375 mm, answer positive in right direction. U3 0.0178 mm right direction. U4 0.267 mm in right direction. Okay, so here this problem is completed using stiffness matrix.